Good morning or good afternoon, wherever you may be, or good evening or good night. This is Jen at JensArtyInclinations, a place to create, share and play. Hello, it's Junk Journal January time, which is hosted by Meg's Journals, and here are all the prompts, with today's prompt being bright. All right, so today I'm kind of going with a few subtle bright things. And it's actually my journal card that brings in the bright theme. But firstly, I'm just gluing down just that middle section of these couple of pieces of ribbon scraps that I have, because I'm doing this little trifold that I thought would be cute if it tied on today instead of just letting it sit on its own. So just gluing that onto the back of this piece of card, and as I say, it's a little trifold, so just a piece of card that I folded in three, and I'm leaving the inside white. I've inked around the edges, but that's part of my bright. So just on the top flap, I'm using some labels to, just add a little bit of decoration to the flap, even though it's not completely necessary because it's going to have the big tie, but I do still like that because I just wanted a little tab, a natural looking tab that came over it. But yes, now when you glue it into your book, you can just tie those two big ribbons together and it ties it shut. And I actually iron them straight, iron them flat so that it sat nice and flat in the book. All right, there's bright. It's a light bulb on a journal card. So that is what's bringing in bright today. And the background that you see there, I did actually decide to change it in the end. That's just one of my own digitals. But there we are. So on the back, I thought just that little strip up the side, and I quite like that, how it goes with the opposite page. It's nice and soft. Just to sort of tie it all in, I'm doing a bit of stamping of just some script stamp around the edges, just having a look there as to how I think it'll look. And now it's simply gluing it all down. So gluing down that side strip, and of course I could have made that a side pocket, but I just like it as a simple decoration around the edge. So now my little trifold, I'm gluing around three edges so that it's a pocket as well as a trifold journaling spot. And across the bottom, because it's going to be tied and it's going to have a bit of extra pressure on it as people tie it and untie it, well, namely me, I glued a couple of strips across the bottom just to give it a bit of extra strength, and to make sure that it really adhered well, I put some weights on it whilst I worked on the journal card, just to make sure that that glue really sets nicely onto the page. So just making a tab top out of a scrap of coffee dyed paper I've got, and I knew it could be quite narrow because otherwise it would go into the picture. But here we are, gluing my tab top on. And I mean, I could have left it as just that, but I thought it'd be a bit cute to have a bit of ribbon that matches the pocket as well. So a couple of bits of ribbon, little label, just stapling it on, as I love doing, and voila, that's the page finished for bright. Oh, a tiny bit of stamping on the edge and a little bit of stamping on the other page just to make sure it all is cohesive and goes together. But there you are, untie and you get your trifold that you can journal in, tying it back up, and then all you've got is your pocket. So I did this as just a knot that you didn't have to tie too tightly, that you just tie loosely so that you can undo it and do it up again. It also helps it as it gets pressed in the book, it'll sit flatter and flatter as time goes over. And there's the little journal card that's bright. So I hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you tomorrow. Take care. I'd love it if you could leave me a comment below. Hit the like button if you enjoyed what you saw today. And of course, please subscribe if you haven't already. I will see you next time. And in the meantime, keep creating. Enjoy.